Hey everybody, God bless, man. God bless. Jamie, I'm nervous, man. Believe it or not, I'm nervous. I get nervous doing this still, guys. 22 years in this thing, and you want to do a great job, right? But I got a couple things I want to say before I get started. Darren Goka, fantastic, man. I got to follow that. That's hard, man. But Darren, go give Mama a big hug for me, man. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second, but you already had me emotional talking about Mama. So appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Thank you to all of Experior head office team. You guys are exceptional. You really are. And it's not easy what you guys do. And I just want to thank you guys. Obviously, I want to thank, Jamie and Leanne for all the work they've done and putting up with me. We've grown, Jamie. We've grown, man, right? But putting up with each other has been wonderful. And I appreciate you guys so much as friends and business partners. Sheldon Smolin, the work you've done behind the scenes, I know for me has been priceless as well. And I want to thank you. Definitely want to thank, Mauro and Mata for their, limitless mentorship and friendship. That's the best way I could say it. I wouldn't be here today without you guys. Want to thank our FML leadership team, the training and advisory group, our ED team. Oh my God, I would put this team up against anybody, anytime. Class acts, and all of our agents. God bless you guys. I have the honor and privilege of being in business with you guys, and I thank you. And finally, I have to thank my wife, Yolanda, and my family, my girls. Without her, there would be no me. There's no doubt about that. So I'm going to leave it at that. I also want to thank all of the speakers these last 3 days, guys. There's not much I can say, okay? But I know there's not much I can say that hasn't been already said. The speakers have been exceptional. I'm proud to be in business with you. I'm proud to share the stage with you guys, and every single one of you these last 3 days, unbelievable. We just keep getting better and better as a company, and I'm so thankful. And I want to thank the other hierarchies at Experior, Rios, and Tongzi's team, and Baljeet's team, and Zaki, and all the other hierarchy leaders. Man, together we are what makes this company special. All of us. When people say what makes Experior so great, it's us. It's all of us working together and making this thing better for all of us and our families, and our teams, families, and our clients. I love you guys so much, man. Okay, so. Jamie, truth be told, brother, I struggled. I struggled with putting together what I want to talk about today, and I struggled for a couple reasons. I struggled because it's an honor to be the closing field speaker. It really is, but it's tough because I know everybody else was going to do such a great job and everything was going to be said. There was going to be nothing left for me to say. Okay, but it was also a struggle because I know we can all do what needs to be done to win. If it happened for me, I know it can happen for anybody. And I struggle with this so much, Jamie, because I always want to make sure that everybody hears this message loud and clear. I always want to make sure that we can capture the heart of everybody and leave nobody behind, right? And that to me is what I struggle with, saying, how do we make sure everybody understands how damn special this company is? How do we make sure that everybody understands that what we have is so powerful, it's so life-changing? Jamie, do you understand, guys, in 5 days from now, it's going to be our 7-year anniversary that we started with this company. In 5 days, it blows my mind how much life can change in a short 7 years, right? And the pressure is on, guys, for us, and I'm going to talk about this, for us to remember that even though we are limitless in what we can do, our time here isn't. Our time here isn't limitless. All right? And I want to talk to you guys about that. And in going through all of this, I came up with one thought. I came up with one theme that I want to talk to you guys about today. And I want to just talk to you guys about thinking big. And I want to keep it simple. Last night, I impressed the SEAL team with my creative graphics and my PowerPoint, right, Francis and Diane? That's a joke, by the way. So today I just decided to reverse it, to reverse the color scheme, okay? But I want to talk to you guys about thinking big. And you guys heard everything you needed to hear. But I want to remind you guys, it costs you nothing to think big. It costs you absolutely nothing to think about the life that you really want to have, right? And I want to talk about that. It starts with one. And that one is you. It starts with just one person, and it's you. You are the one who has to begin to think big, folks. Okay. In my journey, it started with that jackass. Okay. I love that picture. I get the flipping shit. I don't know if you can see the earrings in the picture or not, but it started with that jackass. And I say that obviously jokingly, but folks, seriously, man, if some of you really knew my story in detail and who I was and how I thought, you would be shocked. You would be shocked. And this is why I want to continue to pour this message into everybody to just think big. It doesn't matter where you were. It doesn't matter who you were. It doesn't matter, what you went through. The future is yours. The future is yours to do with what you want with it, but it's all based on how you think. Guys, the most important thing in this business, in this life, is how you think. I think it was Dotun or someone talked about the creation process that I love, that I've adopted into my life. The it be far formula, right? Your inputs lead to your thoughts, which lead to your beliefs, which lead to your feelings, which lead to your actions and lead to your results. Folks, let me tell you something, and everybody did an incredible job today, but I'm going to tell you something. Unless you are auditing and spot checking your thoughts on a regular, consistent basis, you can be given the magical formula to take action and change your life. You could be given the greatest lines and scripts and products and all this stuff, but none of that is irrelevant until you check your thoughts, right? What is it that you think about on a regular, consistent basis, folks? That's, without that in place, the rest of the process does not happen. The rest of the creation process does not happen. Do you understand me? Right? So let me talk about a couple things. Do you ever stop and say, what do I want? What is it that I truly, truly want? No judgment, no judging, no worrying about what other people are going to think, and no limits. What is it that I really, really want? You ever thought about that? Okay. How do I want to live? It's important. How do I want to live? What are the influences I want to have on the world? What is the impact I want to make? Hey, what kind of children do I want to raise? Right? How do I want to live? Guys, you want to hear something crazy? And see, to some of you, this is not going to click. It's not going to make sense. But I was watching some incredible videos this week on this really super successful business owner. The guy's 39 years old. What an incredible life he was living. And I was watching him, and I was watching some of his videos. And he's into cars. He's got this huge car collection. I love cars too. And he had three people that worked for him personally. He had his own he had a personal CEO. Like, I'm not kidding you. He had a personal CEO, and he had two personal executive assistants. And basically, they just worked for him. Whatever needed to be done, manages car collection, manages home, manages personal life. They worked for him. And, I turned to my wife and I said, babe, I said, you know how you always wanted your own personal chef? Because that's my wife's dream. She wants her own personal chef. She does not want to be in the kitchen anymore. And I don't make her be in the kitchen, just for the record. She's just that she loves doing it, okay? But she doesn't want to be there anymore. And I said to her, my dream is I want my own personal CEO. I want my own personal. How do you want to live? Who cares what everybody else thinks? Who cares if you think, well, people are going to think that, who do you think you are? You're going to have your own personal this, personal that. How do you want to live, folks? Can I do it? Right? This is one of the biggest questions we ask. You've heard this over and over the last 2-3 days. People asking themselves, do I have what it takes? Can I do it? Right? Am I good enough? Right? How about we start saying to ourselves, instead of can I do it, how about when will I do it? When will it happen? How about it's going to happen and I am going to do it? The question just becomes, how fast can I get it done? Folks, we have to change that thought process, okay? How about, will it actually happen for me? See, this was one of the biggest things I struggled with, is I always asked myself, will it happen for me? How about you go and jot down on your calendar when it actually will happen for you? How about, instead of you asking this random question where you know that the energy that you're going to attract is incorrect, why don't you start telling the world when it's going to happen for you? Why don't you make that decision and start controlling your thoughts and say, this is the day it's going to happen for me, right? You take control of that. You see, too many of us are thinking like this. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to put gas in the car, right? You know, will this get any better? Are things going to change for me? Okay, am I a loser, or I'm a loser? You see, folks, the thoughts have to change. And these are things that I struggled with. And sometimes some of these thoughts still creep up. But folks, let me tell you something. When you change your inputs, your thoughts start to change. When you're around the right people, when you're listening to the right people, when you're reading the right stuff. Darren talked a little bit about this just now. Folks, the most important ingredient to your success is ensuring that you control your inputs, because your inputs lead to your thoughts. And your thoughts will then lead to your beliefs. And based on how you believe about yourself, or what you believe about yourself, and how you believe, what you believe about this business, that's going to determine whether or not you're up to taking the actions to win. You see, folks, I haven't heard anybody talk about feelings. I've heard nobody talk about their feelings. You want to know something? Think about the last time you knew you were supposed to do something and you didn't. What did you say to yourself? You said, I don't feel like it. You know, I should do some prospecting today. I don't really feel like it. I'll do it later. Hey, you know what? I should call that client. I don't really feel like it. I'll do it later. Hey, you know what? I should be on the convention right now. I don't feel like it. I'll watch the recording. Right? Nobody ever says, I should go prospecting. Well, I don't have the skill set for it yet, so I won't do it. Right? Nobody ever says, well, you know what? I don't really want to win, so I'm not going to do the work. Nobody ever says that. We hide behind that by blaming our feelings. That's how we work. You understand me, folks? When you check your inputs, you change your thoughts and you change your beliefs, and that leads to your feelings that will now empower you to do the work you got to do. You understand me, folks? Change your damn inputs. Listen, let me give you guys an example of this, a recent example. A lot of you don't know this. Back in 2019, 2019, and this is a true story, guys. This is a true story. When Jamie started talking about opening up the US, and he mentioned it to the ELC, most of us, if not all of us, didn't think we were ready, okay? And most of us, myself, Mauro, Darren, Andrea, and others, we were trying to tell Jamie, we ain't ready for this. There's so much work we need to do in Canada still. We're not ready for this. You understand me? But Jamie was so convinced in his thoughts. Jamie was so convinced in his feelings. Jamie was so convinced in what he needed to do that he changed our minds. We weren't the input affecting him. He was the input affecting us. And thank God to this day, he had that mental strength to hold on to what he wanted, and he changed our lives because of that. You understand me, folks? He was the input in my life, looking at me in my face and saying, Frank, we're going to do this. We're ready. You watch what happens. Just trust me and follow me. Let's go. If it wasn't for that input, where would we all be today? Right? Okay, I'm looking at the time. Holy crap, I got some more things to talk to you guys about. You see, other ways to change your input are you hanging around with the right people? Okay? Are you plugging into this business the way you're supposed to? Are you attending everything that you're supposed to? Folks, that ain't no secret. That's not magic, but yet it blows my mind how many people don't understand the power of being around the right people. That's how you begin to change your life, folks. I don't care about scripts. I don't care about products. I don't care about compensation plans. I don't care about none of that stuff. When you start rolling with a new crowd, your life automatically starts changing. When you start plugging in the way you're supposed to, your life automatically starts changing. It's a guarantee. Man, when Adiola and I are together, we laugh and giggle, and sometimes we rub each other's bellies, but we talk about when are we going to get to $1 million? How are we gonna go save the Great Way people? And my Canadian friends, you know what we're talking about. How are we gonna go save the Great Way people? These are the things we talk about, right? You see, folks, I show that picture because that's where we started something like 20 years ago. That's where we started 20 years ago. And if it wasn't for being around the right people, I would have been stuck in that world. And by the way, there's only 3 people in that picture that still remain. And that should tell you something. See, I'm going to go through my explosive growth. I'm going to go through this 22 years of becoming an overnight success. And I'm sorry I'm out of time, but I'm going to go fast here, okay? But look, when we got started, our first year in the business was 2001, and we recruited 6 people the entire full year. You understand me? 5 years later, we were so good, we recruited 6 again, okay? 2011, that's when Rayon White joined the team and things started to change a little bit. And our first year in 2016 was when we came over to Experior. And folks, let me tell you something. That 130 recruits there, that's a ballpark figure from looking at old PowerPoints and pictures and old posts, because we didn't even track recruiting our first year. Experior didn't even have a flipping scoreboard. You want to talk about being around the right people? You want to talk about carrying the right thoughts in spite of what was happening around us? Are you kidding me? Bam, 2021, 5 years later, that's what happened to our business. And I want to, again, thank every single one of you guys on the team and in this company, because in 2002, we finished at 2,300 plus recruits as a team. Guys, if we hadn't stayed close to the right people, if we hadn't been checking our thoughts on a regular basis, this never would have happened. You understand me? Look at licensing. 2 licenses in the first year. 5 years later, 1 licensed. It was me. I was hanging around. Okay. 2011, we hit 10. We hit 21. Okay. And then all of a sudden, last year, we just finished just shy of 1,000 licensed agents. Okay. And guys, I'm not bragging about me, but I'm telling you, in spite of what is happening around you, hold on to these things. Hold on to the thoughts. Hold on to being around the right people. All right. Look, again, Team Premium, our first year, we did 26,000. 5 years later, we did 18. We went backwards. Okay. In spite of this incredible explosive growth, which didn't exist, we kept going. In our first year in Experior, things started changing. We had the right partners, we had the right teammates, and all of a sudden last year we finished just shy of 10 million in premium. If someone tells you you can't double your business in a year, run from them. Run from them. If you can't change your life in 12 months, get away from them. You understand me, folks? Because this happened here at Experior. All right? And finally, I love this one. We helped about 30 families, a few a month when we were getting started. We come to Experior in 2016 and we were doing around, 30 families a month. Last year was over 4,000, and in year 2022, thank you to Ryan Tongs, who reminded us that families help is a huge part of what we do. Thank you, Ryan. This is why I love our leadership team so much, because when you're around the right people, sometimes they help you check yourself when you're not realizing you're forgetting something. And last year we helped over 10,000 families in our business. Are you kidding me? Right? And finally, the income, guys, Jamie talked about it. I don't like talking about this stuff, but we went from 109,000, took us 10 years to get to 100 grand of income, 10 flipping years. Okay. And then our first year at Experior, then 5 years later after that, and we're Jamie's right, we're at 6, but the goal this year is to hit $1 million. That's the goal this year. Okay. 7 years in this amazing company. But guys, how big is big? See, how big is big for you? How big is big for you? I don't know. I don't know how big big is for you, but this is how big it is for me. You know, when I look at our total net worth as a family now with our silver ownership, I'm not including platinum plus, because Jamie, if you can help me figure out how to do a calculation for infinity, let me know, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm just going to do silver ownership. But because of our silver ownership, because of our shares in this company, because of, you know, the personal investments that we've done to protect our family for the future and change our generations forever, in 7 short years, I went from a negative net worth to over $7.5 million because we held on to the right damn thoughts and we stayed close to the right people, folks. You understand me? How do we do it? Look, I'm going to fly. Don't quit. Just don't quit. Know what your why is. You've heard all of this these last 3 days. You've heard it all. Grind it out. Grind it out. Stop being a wuss. Grind it out, man. Learn to work on the right activities. Toughen up a little bit. Work on your belief all the time. This is what frustrates me, man. We have gold in our hands, but we're letting other people dictate to us what we're worth and what this company's worth. Thank God Jamie didn't allow some of his key leaders where we screwed up. We did. I'll tell you, we screwed up. But thank God he didn't allow us to infect his belief or change his belief. You got to work on yours all the time. I've already talked about this, folks. Pay attention to your feelings. Your feelings is where we hide. If you don't attend to the first 4 points of this creation process, you'll never be brought to take the right actions. You'll never bring yourself to it. It won't happen. I don't give a crap what you're told and what you're taught and how to do this and how to do that. If your feelings and beliefs and thoughts and inputs aren't in check, you will never get the actions and the results. You look at all the doers in the company, you look at all the people who are winning in the company, and I guarantee you they're feeling positive, they're feeling excited, they're always looking to the future, how great things are going to be, and actions are just a normal outcome of making sure everything else is aligned. Folks, be part of the damn company. Attend everything. Get into the company. Stop being an outsider here. Stop thinking it's just about selling insurance all on your own. Become part of this damn company. All right? And number 6, I already said it, stay close to those that want you to win, right? Stay close. You know, stay close and watch your life change. This was just last month in Hawaii with a bunch of our teammates that came in from the great Eric and Lucy Mingotti's team and RT's team, and, you know, great SEAL team, Francis and Diane's team with Dentor and Vanjie, Chaz and Yoneda, like unbelievable. The Claypools were there. So many people were there. It was unbelievable. Stay close to those that think the same way you do and want to live the same way you do, right? Be around people that pour energy into you and they're not energy stealers. I love this dude, man. I love the Claypools. I love, they sent me a message last night with a few jokes and I was dying of laughter. You know, Monica was like, I don't know if Xperia is ready for the Claypools. Monica, the Xperia is ready for it, man. This is home for you guys, and we're so happy. We're so happy to have you guys there. Make friends, make new friends in the business, attract mentors. You know what it's like to have Eric Bonfiglio in your life, someone who you can call that was a former $1 million earner in another company, and you can chat him up anytime. Do you know what that's like, folks? Are you hanging around the right people? You know, some of my good friends in the business, obviously there's Mauro, you know, but Tarek, Laval, closest friends that again, it's more than just business for us. We talk about life. You know, I joke with Tarek and I said, Tarek, on your call last night or on your talk last night, make sure you talk about how this business has afforded you the income so you can be Toretto from Fast and the Furious with your Beamers and souped up and all this great stuff, right? You know, and I love it because he shows me all these cool things about cars, right? Francis, David, 2 giant builders in the making. Are you hanging around with the right people? Are you in the right environment, right? Who's influencing you? Who's helping you change your life? Man, we did a Dallas tour. We did an Atlanta tour. We did an Iowa tour. We went to Iowa, man. We doubled the population of Iowa just by us showing up, man. It was so awesome, right? I love this picture because, hey, why not, man? I'm going to run for president of the United States one day. Woo, I love that picture, okay? I'm just kidding. But all of a sudden, your life starts changing. You're hanging around with the right people and you start to create something out of nothing because you think big. And folks, I don't finish with this. This is the hard part. That's the house I grew up in. You know, that's the house I grew up in, and that home was filled with love. That home was filled with care. It's filled with a lot of noise and fighting, a lot of food, everything we needed, we always had, you know. And think big, because you can easily go from that to this. And this isn't our dream home yet, but this is more than anybody else in my family's ever had, right? Okay. Think big. Why not? You know, that was my first car. That was my first car. I was like 20 years old in that picture. And you know, I couldn't even afford to put rims on it. I used to love cleaning that car, you know, and I would just pop the hoods just because I thought it looked cool. I spent so much time cleaning my first car, right? But think big. Think big, because this is what's coming next, right? Very, 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 very soon. And I know as a fact, because I already got permission from Yolanda. So I know it's coming soon, right? How big are you thinking? Where do you want to live, right? What's your vision like? What do you want to experience? You know, what do you want to enjoy in this world? Beautiful things were put in this world for you to enjoy it too. How about doing things with your loved ones that maybe you didn't get to do as a kid? Maybe you didn't have the opportunities to do it, right? How big are you thinking? You know, going to a Raptor game, we had so much fun when we did this. I love spending time with my family, right? Start to spend time with people that challenge you to grow. Their mere presence, their mere vision helps you change your life, right? Spend your time with the most important people around you, okay? Meet some of your real life heroes, right? You know, it's Darren Hardy. I got to meet him. I invested to go spend time with him for a couple of days, and it was life changing for me, right? You're going to meet new real life heroes, right? That you get to talk to every day. You know, be around the right people. That's all I got to say. See, that's my papa. My dad passed away last year, unexpectedly. You know, he was my hero, and I would do anything to hang out with him again. And we did do a lot of great things together. We were able to go see our beloved AC Milan together. We spent time doing things together. He taught me a lot about life. He really did. But folks, I'm gonna finish with this. It all starts with one, right? It all starts with one. It starts with you. It doesn't matter where you are today. It doesn't matter where you were. Folks, my challenge to you is, what are you thinking about? What are the thoughts running through your head? Because right now you have to think big. You have no choice but to think big, and I'm going to tell you why. Because your life is waiting. But just like what happened to my dad, it won't be there forever. I promise you guys. I love you. Thank you for your time. God bless everybody. It's my pleasure and honor to serve you guys.